Are these
We're good?
Yep.
We're in Docusign? Okay, perfect.
In.
Okay, we're in here. Do you see my email?
Yep. Your
Perfect.
Docusign rooms inbox.
Okay, perfect. I still need to get my form. Hold on. There we go. Okay, now we see the email. Perfect. Okay. So we have the packet of forms. I have this email here that I can easily just pull from my Docusign. We can go in and make those edits easily if we want to. But now I have that packet of forms here. Now, what I can do is I am just going to easily just email this over. So I can put, I don't need to really necessarily worry about what the kind of, necessarily the email is in here, because I actually just want the signed forms because I'm on the go. I'm going to now shoot this over to where it needs to go. I'm going to hit send. I don't need to worry about the subject either. I'm going to hit send. And now what's going to happen is all of these signed forms are going to magically kind of appear here in this inbox. And like I mentioned earlier, I can now easily move these around. Give it a refresh. Should take a minute or two. Again, remember, there's a lot of information that's kind of transferring from kind of electronically going over from this email into this room. Okay. Perfect. Now I can see there is that packet of forms. Oh, the wrong date. Hold on. Give it another refresh. And perfect. There we go. From 2/8. I can see that now. I can easily click on here. I can move them around and put them to where they need to go. Okay. So again, remember, we're on the go. We have a whole bunch of signed forms that have come over in our email. We can now easily forward them over into our Docusign inbox and get them to where they need to be. Okay. Now, let's think about if we want to take this one step further. Maybe not only do we want to email in the packet of forms, but we actually want to email in the like the email communication. We can do that. So there was something in the email that is something that we want to save. Now, what I'm going to do is, let's see, I have new email here. Now, this is now going to be my conversation convo. So again, important conversation. There we go. I can include a file on here if I wanted to. So I can do it kind of all in one. Maybe I have, let's see this. Perfect. Attach. Oopsie. Where'd it go? There we go. So now I'm going to have this important conversation that's going to be turned into essentially a PDF to go along with the MLS printout. So I'm going to do hashtag, oopsie. Oh yeah, my 3 button doesn't work. So hold on. Hashtag PDF. And now this is going to turn the email conversation into a PDF and be in my inbox along with the actual forms that are on this email as well. Does that make sense? Okay. Now I'm going to send this over.
And Janelle, just because I'm thinking about this, did we talk about how they find their Docusign email and how they can edit that? Did we already?
Yes, so that,
okay.
Yep, that's going to be in the settings. And it's just a quick and easy kind of edit here. Click preferences, excuse me. And then you're going to come through. You're going to find the option for the email settings, I believe, Meg. And then you can go in and easily change that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect.
But that's really easy. Because everybody has one, but it's probably going to be a bunch of mumbo jumbo letters and numbers. Okay. So now we can see that printout here has arrived. And then, again, we just need to give it a couple of refreshes since it's kind of electronically coming over. We should be able to come in and eventually see that conversation in there.
I love that for record keeping because then truly your files are all in one space. So if you're having kind of a trickier transaction and important information is being sent via email, which is smart because it's in writing and it's trackable. Sometimes Gmail is not the easiest email to find those old emails when things come awry like 6 months to a year later. So just kind of keep that in mind, folks. As you're going through transactions, if you feel like, you know what, maybe I should just save this so it's easier for me to find. This is just one way to do it.
Yep, absolutely. I love that. And again, it's all electronic. I'm keeping it linked up with the actual room itself, keeping everything together in that way. So, okay. So now I can easily click onto the forms here, right click. I can click move and pull them into an active room that I have. Again, I'm working with the Motzkus Johnson room, and I can easily then hit move. Once I do that, the documents have been moved from my inbox over into that actual room. Same thing with the conversation if I wanted to. Move it, find the room I want, and click move. There we go. Now I'm going to navigate back over into the room. And back into documents, and I should see that conversation document that I created. Again, that was the communication that was really important that I wanted to turn into a PDF for kind of safekeeping, keep it in the room in case I ever needed to access it later. And then I also have that packet of forms that I can now easily upload into command checklist if I wanted to, put into an envelope, send over to whoever. Cool. Any questions about that? Are we liking this? What do we think?
Yeah, thumbs up in here.
Perfect. Again, this is also just saving you the download and the upload. Like that's like for me the biggest pro to this because I don't need to worry about that now. It's done.
I'm with you. I'm terrible at remembering to delete things off my computer.
Seriously.
And then it starts going super slow. It's not working right. I'm like, oh, probably because I have 100 pre-approval letters that I no longer need stored on my laptop. So this is a huge help with that.
Oopsie. Bonnie does not need to be on this. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Okay. So I'm going to take this one step further. And this is going to be great for when you're like already sitting there and you're already at your computer on the go, you want to just forward it over to your actual email. But if I want to save myself some clicks, what I can do is if I include the room ID number on the actual subject line of the email, the documents will automatically get sent right into my room for me. So it's saving me that right click, move documents, active room, select my room, and now they're in here. Now, again, this isn't going to, not everybody's going to remember the room ID for each of their rooms when they're on the go and they're working and things, but this could be a great option. I'm already sitting at my computer. I already need to get these documents over to where they need to go. I can easily just come browse where I need to or drag and drop an attachment or something, whatever that looks like.
I have a question.
Oh,
Yeah.
In .loop, which is what we use now, I can like email, say we get an offer on a property and everything is attached individually as PDFs. I can email it like to our loop. Would that be the same as this if I?
Yeah,
In there?
because the loop is essentially the room. So yes.
I just, would that be?
yes.
Another use
Yes.
of assumption? Like, because that is where I struggle is I download the 12 documents that came with one offer and we got 12 offers. So it's 144 documents. I just downloaded to my computer, put in .loop.
Yep. If you forward it with this ID, the room ID number in the subject line, it'll put all those documents right into that room for you.
Okay.
Exactly. The very same. If you're forwarding it to the loop or you're sending it to the loop, then it's going to send it to the room. Okay. So I easily just put that ID number on there. Now that new form, or excuse me, that new attached PDF should be right in here. Perfect. Okay. Emailing into the room. Again, just saving us a little bit more time. Not the end of the world if we're doing our current processes and this seems a little overwhelming. It's okay. We'll get there. But it can really save us some time you know, when we're doing some of our, trying to save some time here and there, shave off some minutes. All right. There's also a really great help article too on emailing into the room with just showing you kind of some different examples and everything. So definitely check out answers.kw.com to really see kind of those options there, or how to do it if you want another kind of walkthrough. All right, splitting and combining. So let's continue with our kind of scenario here. Say we did have that packet of forms that was sent over to us from that agent on the other side, whether they're completed or not, or whatever that looks like. But we have just a bunch of scanned documents because that's what they like to do. They don't like to split it up into different documents for us. They wanted to just send us a huge packet of 100 pages. Love that. So I can select the packet here, and I'm going to go ahead and right click, and I'm going to now select the split option. So now it's pulling me up all of my forms here. So now I have a 18-page document, but obviously these are actually like little mini forms or little mini packets of forms that I need to have them broken out so I can upload them into different checklist items and things like that. So maybe I have my first document here, document 1. I can say this is document 1 through 3, right? Perfect. I can see that's been selected. I can hover over if I want to just look and see exactly what this might be. I'm going to add a document here, document 2. Maybe document 2 is page 1. And it's page 4 through 7. Can break it up that way. Maybe document 3 is page 13, 3, and 10. I can do that as well. So I can do a range of pages if I wanted. I can have one page remain consistent in all of the different splits. So once I select page 1, say up here in document 1, it doesn't remove that from me. It doesn't remove that option for me to use that again at a later time. I can use that in document 2 as well. So maybe there's like a cover sheet or something that I want to make sure is in every split document. I can. Or I can just do random pages. What I love about this is that when I come in and I save this document now, this document 3, it will order it this way. It will put page 13 first, then page 3, then page 10. So it's not going to revert and be like, oh, well, no, 3 comes and then 10 and then 13. It's saving the new document exactly how I'm putting it here in the split. Questions about this?
Well, we will get you caught up. We will get you caught up.
Sorry. Look, it's a good, at least you're here, right? We're
Yes.
at least, right. We're in it. We're trying to learn it.
Participating, and that's what I appreciate. So you're kind of getting an overview, and then I'll do a one-on-one with them. And
Perfect.
yep. Yeah, I'll send the recordings out to you today.
I don't think I got last week.
I have to send that one out. Yeah, that was my fault. But
Okay.
no, I like this, especially like, you know, it's late at night. You have all this listing paperwork that you got signed. Yay. You can just scan the whole packet to yourself and then worry about splitting it up later versus like listing packet scan, consumer notice scan. You can do it all at once because I think this is actually quicker than breaking it out at the copier machine.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And then you don't have to download like a third party thing. Like I don't have to go to like splitpdf.com or something and like sign up for that, get a free trial and put my document in there and then split it up and then send it back to myself or whatever craziness. I can easily just come in here and split those documents. Cool. All right. I'm going to hit save now. And now we have the original forms here. Nothing changes with that original packet. That is going to remain the same. I see that I have document 1, document 2, and document 3. So I have my 3 new documents and my packet here. I can do what I wish with these now. Move them around, put them into an envelope, put them into a checklist, etc.
And save your original
I'm
packet.
sorry?
Does it save your original packet as well?
It does. Yep, my original packet is exactly where it needs to be. And excuse me, and I can split this up again if I wanted to, move it around, do what I need to do with it, etc. Okay. Now, in addition to splitting, I can combine the documents if I wanted to. So maybe I actually, instead of combining documents 1 and 2, I actually want to combine document 1 with this email conversation that I had. I want to keep it together now. I've selected the documents that I want, and now I'm going to hit combine. Now I'm saying this is my document 1, or my whatever forms these are, with my conversation. I am now going to hit save. I said invalid characters there. Sorry, y'all. And now I'm going to hit save, and now we're good. Again, saving that original. I have the combo still, and I have the document here as well. And then I have the new document 1 with the combo combined. Okay.
Love it.
Love it. I know this is one of my favorite ones too. Just makes it so much easier, and everything's all in one. And then I can come back into my room, upload whatever I need to when I have it all split out or however it needs to be, upload it into maybe a new checklist item if I wanted to, etc. Okay. Now, last up, we're going to talk about correcting and voiding envelopes. Now, this one is a little tricky for me because I always go back and forth with it. I feel like if you have a mistake on an envelope and nobody has signed it yet, you're in the clear. Go in, make those edits to it, do what you need to do. Where it gets gray for me and it starts to get a little weird is that when somebody has gone in and signed, and now I've noticed that I've made a mistake, and now I need to go in and change it. Because again, we want to remember and we want to make sure that we're always being compliant and we're always doing what's right for the customer and all of those things. So I'm going to show you a couple things. Please just make sure you're doing what's right and you're not getting yourself in real estate jail, or you're not getting yourself in trouble with Brittany or whoever. And just, again, just kind of do what's right at the end of the day here. So of course, I have a completed document or a completed envelope. I can't do anything with this, okay? If I needed to make changes to this, I'm going to have to start over. I'm going to have to send them out new documents, etc. So know that I can't make any changes. I can view the documents. I can see the envelope history, when people signed, etc. That's about all I can do with this. Now, let me see here, because now I have a lot of envelopes. Okay. Nope, that's that one I don't, or yeah, let's actually click into that one. So I have this one that's waiting for others. Now it went out, I sent it out, but nobody has signed it yet. I'm in the clear. I can come in, I can select correct. And now I can come in and correct whatever I need to. I see I have this yellow bar up at the top letting me know that I am correcting this envelope. I could add more room docs in here. I could change up CJ's email. Maybe I noticed that was wrong. Maybe I needed to add somebody else to the envelope. I have the ability to do that. I can even go in and edit the signing fields. And then I can resend. Now, say as I'm correcting this, Jana opens up that email because she's ready to now go in and sign. She's going to just get an error message. It's going to let her know somebody's in this envelope, somebody's correcting this. That's kind of what's going on. So don't worry about me coming in and me correcting it and then the client coming in and then signing while I'm still correcting. That's not going to happen. The minute that I click correcting, it's locked out for the client. I'm going to need to go through everything and resend the envelope. Again, remember, this is nobody's opened it. Nobody's really looked at it, whatever. Or maybe Jana opened it and was like, hey, Janelle, you spelled my name wrong. That's not how you spell my last name. Come in and make those changes. I can send this once I've done that. Okay. Let's talk about scenario numero 3. We have another envelope. You can come in and see somebody has signed and the status is waiting for others. Okay. Craig is still needing to sign this envelope. If I go in and correct, what's going to happen is now this document is locked. I didn't see that on the previous example because I could still get in there, kind of do some editing. It was just as if I was back to the old kind of workflow and creating the envelope and putting the document in there and etc. So I'm in here and I'm correcting. This is grayed out because the client, number one, already came in and signed. They can't do anything here. I can't manipulate that person's role, their signing fields, what they need to do on the document because they have already signed and I need to be compliant with that. I do have the option to come in and change CJ's here or Craig's because he hasn't signed yet. So I can come in, I can even hit edit signing fields and maybe I need to drag on a text box for him or I need to change up something on the form, but it's going to be for his role only. I cannot manipulate anything with that first person that has already come in and signed. I also can see that that person's signature is there as well. I can't move that. I can't change that. I shouldn't really even be touching that as we know. But I could come in and say, okay, I actually need to add in a text box here, etc. Can add in more fields or do things for CJ because he has not done anything in this envelope. Again, I can still see I'm correcting up here. Should he try to get into the envelope, he will get that error message. Hit continue. And now that can get sent out. Hit send, etc. So there we go. So we have everybody signed, got to start over. Nothing I can do about that. Everything's locked down, documents are locked, signatures are on the documents. I can't do too much with that. I want to start over. If nobody has signed and it's still in that waiting period, I just sent it out, immediately remembered I need to make changes, I'm in the clear. Get in there right away, make the changes, resend the envelope. They'll get a new email letting them know, hey, come sign these documents, etc. Where it gets hairy and where it gets gray is that some people on my envelope have signed and others have not, and I've noticed that there's a mistake. So that's where I really kind of give you the discretion of what you feel is right and really what that mistake is or who needs to kind of come in and do whatever on that envelope. But again, I think the best practice is just start over if you've made mistakes to just ensure that there's nothing that's going to get you in trouble.
I am with that. I prefer that too, but
Yeah.
just good to know.
Yeah, it's good to know. Again, if there was a simple thing, if I messed up CJ's like email address and something like that, I mean, I can easily get in, change that, get that sent over. That's perfect. I don't need to restart an envelope and go through the whole process. I think it depends, Brittany, like on the scale of the change too, right? Like, yeah. What does that really look like? Did I just misspell somebody's name and they haven't signed yet? I can easily get in and make that change and resend it to them. That does not require me to send that back to all the parties, have them sign everything. It's just a simple change. Excuse me.
Yep. Yeah, I've had that where, you forgot like a middle initial and the buyer says, I really want my middle initial there. Not a big deal, adding their initial in kind of thing.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. Well, that's pretty much it. The last thing that we wanted to talk about was the versions and really coming in and talking about what to do if something falls through. Remember, we don't need to create a whole new opportunity. We don't need to create a whole new room. We can easily leverage folders within our room here, our documents tab. Again, maybe I want to do signed documents here. I don't think I have any more signed documents. Maybe I want to do, oopsie, old folder, old documents. I can put that, and then maybe like that packet of forms is an old document. Oops. And sometimes it gets hard to do this, as y'all can see. So sometimes what's the easiest way to move things in your room, especially if you start having a bunch of folders, is just right-clicking, move, and you can select a destination within the current room. And now I can see all of my different folders. So I can easily just move it around without having to do that dreaded click on it, drag it, try to get the blue box to show up, because sometimes that can be a little tricky.
Janelle, question on that. Is it easier when it's done instead of by grid, by line, that view? Or is it just as cumbersome? Is it just as cumbersome? Because I like being able to select the drop down, but I'm like, is it easier if it's on the line view?
The only thing is, like, I can't go up anymore.
Oh, it won't scroll up for you.
Yeah. So it makes it very tricky.
Got it.
So if I'm clicking on it and then I'm trying to, like, I can't even scroll.
Okay.
You know, I'm like,
I was just curious
So-
if either view was better, but it sounds like the best option is that move and pick the folder in the room.
yes, exactly, Meg. Absolutely. Yeah. But this also is a great point though, too, Meg. Like, you brought us into a different view. So maybe this jives with me better. I like this. I don't like the little thumbnail or the little view of what the document is. It's a little bit cleaner for me, maybe. Whatever that looks like, I can switch that, toggle that between grid view and that line view. I also like this too, because I can collapse these folders. So if I don't want to see these anymore or get confused by it or why they're in my room, I'm good with that.
We have some questions in the room.
Sure.
Is there a way to reorder the folders?
That's a really great question. At this time, there is not. It's all going to be alphabetical. So what we kind of talk about is having it be like that, you know, like, so you can rename the documents to put them in that alphabetical or like how you want to see them, but you just have to kind of trick the system a little bit and do it in that alphabetical order, or 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever that looks like.
Okay.
Yeah. But I can't like just drag this around and like, I want document 1 first. I can't do that within the actual folder. Any more questions? What else you got?
Any more?
I don't think so.
No, we seem to be good in here.
All right. Again, remember, don't forget the versions are right here within command. So I can easily click add new version, create a new folder if I wanted to, select the documents, resubmit, etc. So please don't go through and scrapping this whole opportunity just because one little thing fell through, or the buyer fell through, or the buyer didn't get the property and they need to put a new offer on a new property. You can easily just create a new listed version of your checklist.
Love it.
Anything else? What else we got?
We all good? I have thumbs up. Some faces.
A little whiplash. I know, I'm sure.
Yeah.
I know, I'm sure. Absolutely. Okay. Well, again, yeah, absolutely. And again, these were just those tips and tricks. So let's remember that. Take it all with a grain of salt here. Most important was session 1, making sure we have the foundation set, making sure we have our whole kind of process down. We are understanding that. Now it's just kind of the cherry, the sprinkle, the whipped cream, all of that extra stuff on top that will help us streamline things and make it easier. Cool. All right, Brittany. Well, I know we're going to be back on in just a little bit for the team meeting to talk about another really exciting training that we have. So
Thank you so much. Yeah, we'll see you in a couple minutes. And Erica, feel better. Tammy, hope to see you soon.
Yeah, thank you all so much. It was a
Thank
pleasure.
you.
And of course, if you have questions, learncommand@kw.com is going to be the best way to get in contact with us. If you want to ask us something specifically, of course, Brittany is more than, capable with anything over there in the Market Center. So please don't forget to reach out to her. But we are also here should you need anything else. Or Brittany's on vacation, hopefully a well-deserved one at some point. You can always reach out to us too.
Thank you so much, guys. See you soon.
Yes, and-
Erica, it is going to be a new link for the team meeting. That's why we ended a little early today, so y'all can get situated where you need to go.
Want to go
Perfect. Thank
to
you.
the digital training room on the agent portal.
Got it. Thank you. Appreciate
Okay,
it.
no problem.
You're welcome. All right. Thank you all so much. We'll see you in a second.
Bye.
Bye.